welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya, and it's at the end of a rainy day. Now, it's the first week in March, so I can't complain too much because it's in the high 50s out there, so it's not bad. Just been raining though. I've had to find things in the house today to do because I am outside girl, and anytime I'm in the house, I got to find something to keep me busy. So today, I've not even messed with dinner, but I want to show you something that if you're one of those people that if you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that left over, you have a tendency to just throw it in the trash or throw it in the compost, whatever. But if you have good ingredients, such as just a little bit of roast left over or a little bit of grilled chicken left over or something like that, let me show you something you might want to do with your leftovers. Let's go. Okay, now don't get the idea that I assume you always have all these groceries like I do. I get it. I cook a lot. This is what I do. And not many people keep leftovers in their refrigerator, but I get that. But let's take these little dishes. These are oven-proof dishes, and I have a set of about 6 or 8 of these tonight. I'm just using 2 because it's just my husband and myself. And we're going to make some nachos. We're going to start with some tortilla chips. And I'm not assuming that you're not smart enough to know how to make nachos, but I just want to kind of put an idea in your head. So next time you have just a little bit of leftover this or a little bit of leftover that, you don't throw it out. Okay, the white cheese in the bottom is some Monterey Jack because I made a video yesterday on, let me think of what it was, chicken lasagna soup. So I have that left over. I added some sharp cheddar to it. So we're just gonna kind of mix these together. I like to put my cheese on first because I don't want the cheese to get melted and then me have cold ingredients underneath it. So rule of thumb for my house, just for me, is put the cheese on the bottom. Spread it around well. You can always put more on the top. Even when it comes out of the oven, you can always add more. Had a little bit left. All right, I had this left over from, I'll say here a while back because I don't know how many days it was. This is the end of just a beef roast that I cooked. It has no salt on it. It has nothing on it other than I cooked it in a little bit of pineapple juice to make it tender. So I'm going to take and tear that up. I picked most of the fat out, and really there wasn't a whole lot of fat to it when I made it, so I don't think there'll be too much left. That looks like it might be a chunk. Now this roast, we have eaten off this roast several times, mainly with like potatoes, and I made gravy out of the juices that was in the bottom of the slow cooker. And we've had friends over, they ate leftovers with us, so it's kind of a running joke. How long is this roast gonna last? Well, it's showing up again tonight, so if that tells you anything right there. This roast was, we laughed because I told my husband, I said, I can remember going to the store and buying just a chuck roast this big and it maybe being $12. This one, the original price was $40, not even kidding. But when I found it, it was marked down to, I think, $20. So if that tells you anything, we don't want to waste any of this. All right, still have a tiny bit left. I may give the doggies a treat with a bite of that tomorrow. Next thing I'm going to put on it is, these are pinto beans that I had left from the other day. And I'm trying to think of what I made with them. But I can't remember offhand what I made. But I deliberately made extras because I knew that I was wanting to make some nachos soon. And dried beans, you cook those in the slow cooker for several hours or overnight, and it's just a relatively expensive source of protein. And who doesn't like pinto beans? I mean, there's some people that do, I guess. I mean, who do not? No, most people do, I think. Okay, next thing I'm going to put on here is jalapenos. I have a big jar and I just keep refilling this. And you can always add more jalapenos to it later. They don't necessarily have to be in the heating process. I'm going to steal some of them. This one's my husband's. He doesn't like jalapenos as much as I do. And I'm not even that crazy about super spicy things, but I absolutely am smitten with the taste of jalapenos. I absolutely love them. Okay, I think I emptied out the jar of jalapenos. I need to replenish that. Now you could put olives on this, you could put onions on this, green peppers on this. This is all I'm going to put on this for right now, but anything you have in the refrigerator that could be heated up with cheese and chips and things like that, you've got nachos on hand. Okay, I'm going to pop these in the oven. I have my oven set at about 375 right now, and it should only take maybe 5 to 7 minutes, but I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out, so we'll be right back. I'm pretty sure our cheese is melted. I'm pretty sure this is warm. So what I'm going to do is take it out, put a few more ingredients on it, and then I need to let my husband know he can come home now because I don't even wait just a few minutes because I'm right in the middle of the video. So let's get our pans out of the oven. Isn't that terrible when your wife calls you and says, "Don't come home yet"? And it's not so much that I mind that he walks in when I'm doing the video, but the dogs are so loud you can't hear anything. All right, so the extras we have for this are, I chopped up some fresh cilantro. When you do cilantro, the leaves are pretty, but the flavor is in the stems. Just remember that. You don't have to remember it's me that told you, but the flavor is in the stems. If you don't like cilantro, avoid those stems. Because I get not liking some things that other people think are great. And I love cilantro. If I buy it in the supermarket, I will walk around and just every once in a while I'll smell it from the little produce bag because I think it smells delightful. But I get it when you think something tastes like soap and everybody else is just going gaga over it and you're like, are you kidding me? This is the worst thing I could ever put in my mouth. I'm that way with some things. All right, the next thing we're going to put in there is some sour cream. Or put on there is sour cream. I'm just going to put a blob right in the middle. About like that. And then one of my favorite things to put on nachos is Trader Joe's super sweet frozen corn. And yes, I put it on there frozen, because I could eat that stuff like candy and it'll melt anyway once it hits the hot ingredients. These are so good. If you've never bought frozen corn from Trader Joe's, the super sweet, oh my goodness, it's so fabulous. And then I roll it back up and stick it in the freezer. Okay, guys, these are our nachos. This is what we're having for dinner. And now I can call my husband and tell him to come home. But thanks for watching. Recipe is in the description, although I'm just going to say whatever you have left over. If you have some breakfast sausage or some bacon, throw that off in there too. Whatever kind of cheese you have, whether it's Monterey Jack or Pepper Jack, it would be fabulous on this. So use what you like, but don't waste those leftovers. Hang on to them, even if you have to put them in the freezer and let them thaw in the oven on top of your chips. So, hey, thanks for watching, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. Bye, guys.